Nissi Bytes at 1.
News. The Independent Election and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, is scheduled to meet all presidential candidates, and the chairperson, Wafula Chebukati, has invited all the 4 presidential candidates on Wednesday next week. The candidates William Ruto, Raila Odinga, the Roots Party, George Wajakoya, and Wahiga Mwaure of US election results path, and the harmonization of campaign schedules for the candidates. Chebukati in a circular warned the candidates to be accompanied by not more than 5 people. The circular further stated that an audit of the register of voters was recently completed by audit from firm KPMG, and the final report was submitted to the IEBC on June 18th. Our reporter has more.
Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has invited presidential candidates for a consultative meeting on voter register. The meeting will be held on Wednesday, June 29 at the Windsor Golf Hotel and Country Club. Some of the issues to be discussed during the meeting include the printed register of voters, election results path, and harmonizing of campaign schedules for presidential candidates. The meeting follows concerns by some of the aspirants over the plan to use only the digital voter identification kit and what happens if they fail to work. The Commission had pointed out the issue of the use of manual register is part of what greatly contributes to malpractices in previous elections. IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati cleared 4 presidential candidates to vie for the country's top seat, but rejected 13 others who had been shortlisted. The 4 cleared include the Kenya Kwanza flag bearer William Ruto and his fiercest rival, who is the Azimio flag bearer Raila Odinga. The other 2 are Agano Party leader David Wamaore Wahiga and Prof. George Wajakoya of Roots Party. Reporting for Nissi Bytes at 1, my name is Isaac Waweru.
And now, looking at our second news, the Media Council of Kenya, MCK, is training approximately 350 journalists and media practitioners on elections reporting in preparations for the 9th August 2022 elections in Kenya. The training, which is taking place in Eldoret, is covering 9 counties across the country in the first phase, and a team of MCK accredited trainers are undertaking the training using the MCK manual. Let's hear more from our reporter.
The training targets Uasin Gishu and Narok in the Rift Valley region, Embu, Garissa and Makueni in the eastern region, Kisii and Siaya in the Nyanza region, Kilifi in the coast, and Kirinyaga in central region. The electioneering season presents a big test to media professional practice. MCK observed that at the end of the political party primaries, a stage was set for heightened political activities in the country ahead of the August 9th general election. MCK has however reported that for the past period of campaigns, media houses in Kenya have reported a biased report. The council has said that all media council has had a big percentage of coverage for one candidate than the others. Among the training teams will be officers from the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, IBC, and the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, NIC, and the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties. Reporting for News at 1, my name is Paul Gregory.
And now, traders at the Garissa Open Air Market, commonly known as Souk Mukti, are counting losses amounting to millions following a fire incident that brought down the entire market. The fires are said to be planned as claimed by Garissa traders. Nothing was salvaged so far, with the traders drawn from local residents wondering how and where to get capital for the next step. Leaders, among them aspirants for various seats, visited the incident and promised to work with the locals to rebuild the market, which has now affected the economy of the market. Our reporter has more.
The fires are said to be planned as claimed by Garissa traders. Nothing was salvaged so far, with the traders drawn from local residents wondering how and where to get capital for the next step.
And the people of Garissa, hawa watu wa sokoni, wanasema kwamba hii is a planned issue. Na watu wameplan kuchoma hii soko, hatujui ya hakika plan ya ushaitani ya kama hiyo, how it has been planned. Lakini hata hivyo tunasema kwamba poleni watu wa Mukti, na nilisema kwamba hii soko inshallah taala, mimi nikirudi kwa usukani wa governorship huu soko utajengwa. We had a plan in 2016 to start this market. Lakini kuna watu ambao walitia fitina, walichochea eti kwamba hii soko ikijengwa, wale watu wa mbele ambao walikuwa na mashops hapa ati watafukuzwa, hawatakuwa na hiyo chance yao. Hiyo si kweli.
Property worth almost 500 million has gone to ashes. Garissa was reeling, from the effect of the locust, from the effect of the COVID, from the effect of the drought, and now when people were actually, so desperate after those 3 incidents, the issue of Ukraine came on board, the price of essential commodities has gone up by an unimaginable, quantity, by an unimaginable, price. Our people were reeling, from...
Leaders, among them aspirants for various seats, visited the incident and promised to work with the locals to rebuild the market, which has affected the economy of the market.
Isoko itajengwa, it will be a huge market comprising of about 5 stories of shops, many shops. We'll have a police center, we'll have a dispensary inside, we'll have a mosque inside, we will have a firefighting station also, even inside the market. Of course, ni masikitiko, ni hakika, very unfortunate kwamba mimi nilipokuwa hapa.
Reporting for Nissi Television, my name is Shalom Wanjera.
Now that was so unfortunate. We all hope that all gets better. The Rwandan President Paul Kagame and BioNTech CEO Ugur Sahin launched the construction of a messenger RNA vaccine factory in Kigali. This is Africa's first of 3 planned projects on the continent and aims to produce treatments against COVID-19 and other diseases by early 2024. The BioNTech CEO said that the researching and developing vaccines and medicines to prevent malaria, TB, and HIV are underway. Paul Kagame called the project groundbreaking and said his country worked to attract the biopharmaceutical researchers in the manufacturing sector. Let's hear more from our reporter.
CEO Ugur Sahin, BioNTech is researching and developing vaccines and medicines which will prevent malaria, tuberculosis, and HIV that are considered the major causes of mortality in the African continent. He also added that they've partnered with Bill and Melinda Gates to develop the vaccines for TB and HIV.
BioNTech is researching and developing vaccines and medicines to prevent malaria, tuberculosis, and HIV. These diseases are major causes of mortality on the African continent. We have partnered with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to develop tuberculosis and HIV vaccines, and we are developing malaria vaccines.
Rwanda fully supports BioNTech's commitment to power this factory entirely with green energy, and we will work together closely to achieve that.
The Rwandan president, on the other hand, called the project groundbreaking and that his country worked to attract the pharmaceutical researchers in the manufacturing sector. The president also added that the production will consist of vaccines against COVID-19 and other diseases such as malaria. The human trials of the vaccines using the mRNA technology will begin in late 2022. He finished by saying that Africa is the world's least vaccinated continent against COVID-19 and less than 20% of its 1.2 billion population have received 2 doses of vaccine. Reporting for Nissi Bytes at 1, I am Aching Faith.
That was some good news for the Rwandans. Congratulations to them. Now on to our sports news. AFC Leopards has secured a 60 million shilling sponsorship deal. Leopards assistant coach Tom Juma was elated by the development, saying it will boost the morale of the team ahead of the new season. The woes of the club deepened at the end of the season after their immediate sponsors BetSafe withdrew their 20 million shillings annual deal. Faith Nthenya reports.
According to the CEO, Ugur Sahin,
Leopard chairman Dan Shikanda believes that 60 million sponsorship deal the club has secured with Sportica will ease off the financial headache they have endured in recent times. Shikanda spoke after the firm pledged to sponsor the 13-time Kenyan champions effective next season. Sportica marketing manager Alfredo Tieno unveiled the sponsorship package at a colorful ceremony held in Nairobi hotel graced by Defense Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa and Director of Immigration Alex Muteshi. Shikanda said that they will channel a huge chunk of funds into paying salaries. Reporting for Nissi Television, I am Faith Ndenya.
And now, on to other sports news. FIFA has increased squads to 26 players for the 2022 World Cup. National teams have been naming squads for 23 players at the World Cup and European Championship ever since the 2002 World Cup in Japan and South Korea, where only 22 players were allowed in each squad at international tournaments. We will get more information at Kurunzi Nissi at 7 p.m. Let's take a Now, to those who have watched with us today, we are grateful. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for staying with us, and we appreciate you all. I can see Isaac Waweru watching, Bro Luis tuned, Shalom watching, Faith, thank you, Gracie, thank you, and even those who are watching but have not commented. I was with you, and I am Mboya Faith. See you in the evening at Kurunzi Nissi and reach us on all platforms at Nissi Television. Have yourself a great afternoon and a great weekend as well. Bye-bye.